So I met this guy in Bali, and it turned out he was an online health biohacking coach. And he was exceptional at what he did in terms of the services that he could provide. He was able to transform people's lives in a way that I had never seen before. But the one thing he was struggling with was just making the amount of money that he wanted to make in his online coaching business. I just want to share some of his recent experience and the transformation that he went through, because I think it's a problem that a lot of people struggle with, right? Maybe they're good at what they do. They have really good intentions, such a good heart, but there's just something blocking them from charging the correct amount of money and just making what they deserve. And so I'm going to just show you a little bit of what happened with Rue through his journey.
It was all the same advice, but I still kind of had this resistance. I found myself getting back to the same old me. And then we started doing hypnosis. And it was a bit of a game changer, because that resistance, that self-limiting mindset, who I was as a person, or who I was stopping myself from being as a result of my past, that stuff started slowly going away. And I was just sharing with him right now, like something that just blows my mind, but also feels so real and normal for me right now, is that in the month and a half that I've worked with him, I've tripled my price point. Yeah, like I literally, and it's not just I tripled it. I just signed a client yesterday, paid in full upfront for a full year, tripled my price point, and it almost seemed like I gave him the good deal. And I know that he's gonna get a ton of value from it. I know I'm gonna deliver on my on results and like provide an exceptional service. Also, thanks, you've helped me a lot on that. But it's just like a new reality for me to be living.
So this is a really important point that maybe I want you to take away as well. Your price is simply just a reflection of your self-worth. If you feel uncomfortable with charging higher prices, you have to ask yourself why. What is the fear? What is the limiting belief? Maybe it's that people will say no and you'll get rejected. Maybe it's that you don't feel like you can deliver the amount of value if you were to increase your price. Well, this all simply comes from your own mindset, because just like Rue, he's one of the best in the world at what he does. He's an exceptional coach, exceptional entrepreneur, but his own mind was the only thing that was holding him back. And the cool thing now is he can charge 20, 30K for a client, which is so much more than an average online fitness coach, simply because he was able to make these internal shifts in his mindset through the hypnosis. And now you're probably wondering, okay, but how the heck did that actually happen? I'm going to show you a couple of clips from the actual session that we just did together. This feeling of absolute freedom. And anytime you make this same gesture in the future, you immediately feel this uplifted sense of complete freedom. And now I want you to let it go. Release it. Release it, and know that letting it go does not mean it's gone. It just means that you're setting yourself free. This is the reality you live. This is your identity. This is the identity that you choose to associate with. This identity, this version of you, this free version of you is who you are. And the more you associate with this, the easier it is to let that old identity go. Because that old identity has run its course. It's served its purpose. And you can let it go with love. You can let it go with empathy. And in a moment, when you come back, you will immediately feel the difference from this moment forward. And anytime you make that same gesture with your hand, you'll immediately feel that sense of freedom and complete elation. I want you to test it one more time. Make that fist with that hand. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it harder and harder and harder and harder. Notice how you feel differently. Notice the lightness, notice the freedom. And you can just let it go. And you immediately can access this state at any time that you want. And in 3, 2, 1, eyes open, wide awake.
That was the deepest I've gone to. That was a crazy experience.
So just to give some context to what was actually happening here, Rue's initial goal was to increase his prices, right? But what was actually stopping him when we got to the very bottom of it was some stuff from his family. In the scenario that he grew up in, he didn't grow up with money, he grew up in poverty. He had quite an abusive childhood. And what happened is that through being able to come to some kind of self-acceptance and restructuring his past and relationship that he has with that past and with his family members, he was able to make that shift and let go of the weight and the fear and the limiting beliefs that were holding him back. Essentially, what you're seeing there in the hypnosis is us rewiring that. And when you saw the bit where he was making a fist, this is in hypnosis, this is called an anchor. And an anchor is something that gets you into a new state immediately. So what we did is we programmed him to be able to, whenever he makes this fist, to immediately feel like the most free, abundant version of himself. Just like an on-off switch. It's just like, okay, turn on, feel free, feel abundant, feel confident. And so he was able to now take that anchor forward into day-to-day life. For example, when he closed that client, for the most money he'd ever closed a client for, by using that anchor. Fucking proud of you, man. Seriously. You have just all, not only are you at the best at what you do, that's why I trust you with myself, my friends, and my family, but you also just have the best heart and the best intentions, and just like so happy to see you, right, man. It like makes me so happy to see you thrive, because I know how much like you change in the process, but how you change everybody else's life in the process as well. You can quite literally have a life change at any point. You don't have to wait for some big event or some bad thing to happen in order to make the change. You can quite literally just make a decision to change. You know, I just hope this video inspires you, it gives you some motivation, or it touches you in a certain way, because if you've been through anything like he has, which we all do, then you realize that you can also get through it too. And if you want to experience the same thing as Root, I actually have hypnosis sessions where you can actually just follow along for free on this channel. So if you just go to my YouTube channel, you can find them. We can link them below as well. And aside from that, I'll see you in the next video.
All right, so quick update. We had to make this quick video because a few days after us making this video, Rue hit new revenue goal. And how much did you increase your prices by?
We've actually 8x'd my prices now. And it didn't take that long to go from 3x to 8x. But yeah, and then it's the hypnosis, it's the value we're providing, and the clients are loving it.
So not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. That's 800% increase. And the coolest thing is that the clients are even happier than ever.
Yeah, 100%. The clients are better. And also the clients are getting a lot more out of me because I'm super focused on that. The exchange is perfect.
Okay, bro.